Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So the BBC have finally started marketing Jodie Whittaker's The 13th Doctor's final feature-length episode, The Power of the Doctor. We got a trailer. We saw that some seismologists have gone missing. Some famous artwork has gone missing. We saw Ace. I think we saw Tegan. We saw the Doctor in a lot of danger. And we see the Master helping the Doctor. He tells her, warns her, because they seem to be working together, that she's going to go out of existence. Now, is he talking about a bog standard regeneration, or is he saying, like I've been predicting, this is one of my theories for a long time, that the Doctor is going to go out of existence? Maybe they're going to kill off the original Doctor, the OG Doctor, because Jodie Whittaker is Bill Hartnell's Doctor and all the rest of them. That's the version. She's the original Doctor. We found out some original things in her run, things we didn't know, that she's allegedly the Timeless Child. I'm still not swallowing the Timeless Child thing totally. I think there's another twist from Chris Chibnall about that. One thing you should never do going into a regeneration episode of Doctor Who, which is only be interested in the regeneration. And these are my motivations, because unfortunately the Chibnall era of Doctor Who has been very underwhelming, boring, dull and haphazard. He didn't do any character development on his companions or his Doctor, so it became very, very bland quickly and very, very boring. It's a shame. You know, Jodie Whittaker is the first female Doctor. Surely he owed her a lot more than what he gave her. He said he wanted to empower a female Doctor. So why didn't he? You didn't empower a Doctor. You cast someone that you knew, someone you worked with before that really isn't right for the role. But it doesn't matter who he would have cast. It would have been just as problematic, man, woman or beast, because he didn't do the groundwork with the character. With basically every single person who's run Doctor Who has developed their Doctor. They've had certain character traits, you know, and they've had this unique element about them. Jodie's Doctor doesn't have this. Jodie never really seemed interested in doing the character. Her motivation was to work, because everyone has to eat, right? And basically keep on going on about being the first female Doctor. You have to be more than that. Look at Ncuti Gatwa. He's an actor of colour, and it is an inclusive casting. There's no question about that. But he deserves it. He's so talented and excited and interested in the role, and we know Russell's a genius. So I do believe that Russell has ghost-written elements of this episode. Now, it's 89 minutes long, which I find very, very curious, because what are they going to be doing for 89 minutes? What's happening in this episode? Because we've seen a lot of things happening. We've seen the Daleks materializing. We've got a final episode with Daleks, the Master. It's very, very intriguing. So there's obviously going to be a lot of cameos as well. Bradley Walsh will cameo in this as well, which is exciting. That's another question I'd ask Chibnall. How does anyone manage to make Bradley Walsh so dull and boring and uninteresting? He's such a vibrant man, Bradley. I've met Bradley. He's so exciting and funny. You know, Chibnall took all of that away from him. But the matter of hand is, I'm only watching this episode, interested in this trailer, to see what Russell T Davies is up to. Because at the end of this episode, well, I assume it's the end of this episode, we will see the Doctor regenerate. Now, this is interesting, because I've been asking myself and the other Doctor Who fans, will there be a regeneration? We kind of got an answer to that question. Look at this, because I've screenshot this. This is the Doctor. Looks like this is the Doctor regenerating. But this is no ordinary bog standard OG regeneration. So let me just look at this and show it to you. Yeah. And so as we can see the usual regeneration energy that we've seen since what's his name? Chris Eccleston, that's it, Chris Eccleston, that's his name, regenerated into David Tennant. So that's fine. But if you look down here, let me see if without messing this up, yeah, can you see that energy there? Yeah, right, so you've got that kind of lightning energy around it. So it's definitely not a bog standard regeneration. And what's going on, whatever's going on with that energy around the regeneration energy, it's something that could actually stop the regeneration. It's been my prediction for a long time that the Doctor could actually die in this episode, which means the timeline of the OG, the original Doctor, will be gone forever. Despite me not being the biggest fan of the Chibnall era, and it's nothing to do with the Doctor being a woman. I never used to go to bed at night wishing and hoping for a female Doctor, but I wasn't against it either. I wanted to see someone great. I love Doctor Who. I want every version of the Doctor to be great. They're not all great, and sometimes you kind of are not invested in it. I wasn't overly invested in the Capaldi era, although I love Peter. I love him to bits, a very talented man, very kind, generous man. He just wasn't my Doctor, and she's not my Doctor either. So it's been 2 Doctors now where I haven't been invested in this show. I've been watching it. I'm a loyal Doctor Who fan. It will have to be pretty bad for me to stop watching it. And the Chibnall and Whittaker era, I wouldn't necessarily say it's bad. It's just been dull. It's been uninteresting. And Doctor Who, with its premise, should never be those things. So my motivation here is just to see what Russell T Davies is up to. Another prediction for you, I've said it on this channel before, I believe we are getting a Christmas episode this year, this Christmas Day. The shooting they did earlier in Wales, the pictures we got suddenly of Tennant and Catherine Tate and the late great Bernard Cribbins. How great is that? That we could see Bernard one last time in a Doctor Who episode. I actually think this is a Christmas episode. They keep on, well, we're not being told officially. The fans think it's a 60th anniversary special. I don't think it is. They started shooting this at the usual time they used to shoot the Christmas episodes in the summer. That tells you something there. Also, they haven't announced who the new person, the new composer's going to be, because we know that, Chris, what's his name? I'm forgetting names. Chris Chibnall's composer is finished. So, obviously, Russell's bringing someone in. I'm crossing my fingers for Murray Gold because he is one of the greatest composers in the world. His music for Doctor Who was iconic. I mean, he conducted anthems. He's a modern-day John Williams. He's that good. So I want him back. I want the Doctor Who concerts back. I want us to be proud of this show. I'm so excited for the next era of Russell T Davies, and I think Ncuti Gatwa is a great pick. As I say, yes, he's an inclusive pick. I have nothing against inclusion as long as the people getting the role deserve it. And they don't bore on about inclusion in the marketing all the time. We want to talk about the Doctor. I want to hear Ncuti. What are your ideas? What kind of Doctor are you going to be? That's what I want to hear in your interviews. I don't want you to keep on boring on about, about this is representation, this is so important. Don't care about any of that. I'm a Doctor Who fan. You're very talented. I've seen you in other things. You deserve your casting. I'm excited for your casting. Russell could literally cast a tramp off the streets, a vagrant, a homeless person, and they'd be the best Doctor ever because the words coming out of their mouths would be from Russell T Davies. I actually loved this trailer. I think it had pace, excitement, intrigue. There's going to be a lot more in this episode than we've seen. Obviously, I think we are going to get the Jo Martin Doctor as well. He's got a little bit of explaining to do there. I think he's going to have to wrap up the Timeless Child thing. If he doesn't, basically that means the Timeless Child thing is just a hot take with no answers. Because at this moment in time, it just looks like the ultimate hot take. And as a showrunner and a storyteller, you shouldn't be doing that. But that's what they are up to these days. They hate their own consumer. They hate their own fans and customers. This is where we are. A very, very controversial, underwhelming era of Doctor Who is about to finish. But I celebrate and I'm excited about the new era of Doctor Who. Remember my predictions, the end of the OG Doctor, Christmas special starring David Tennant this year, October the 26th, not October the 26th. That's my birthday, by the way. That's why I got confused. Send me greetings if you want. I'll welcome them with open arms. But yeah, I'm predicting this December the 25th that David Tennant's Doctor and Catherine Tate and Bernard Cribbins will star in a Doctor Who Christmas special. They're coming back. because Russell T Davies would never have agreed with taking away the iconic Christmas Day special. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the trailer. Let me know what you thought. Big Doctor Who fan, looking forward to the new era. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.